Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your Goddess Guru, your sister friend. And you know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. How are you, dear goddesses? We give thanks that the ancient ancestors just just thought well enough of us. That's what I believe, to leave ancient wisdom such as oracle readings and astrology here, so that we could use it as modern day women. So, yeah, I'm here to talk to you about the wisdom for this week, July 29th through August. We'll go through the third. I'll touch on a little bit actually on the fourth because I want to talk a little bit about that new moon in Leo on August the 4th. How are you doing, goddesses? And yeah, just really, really happy to be here. And I hope that all is going well with you and your family. For those of you all who are new here, welcome, goddesses. Glad you're here. Let me know that you're here. I haven't been going live for a while. I'm still working on retooling my live show, but I still interact in the comments. So, yeah, all the new goddesses, welcome. Glad you're here. G Hive, mwah, how are you? Hope that all is going well. For those of you all who know me, my sons are in town. So, you know, I'm in heaven having them here. So, yeah, we're going to go on ahead and get started with the astrology. And let me back it up because we need to go back to this week, which is very, very lightweight here in July 2024. But let me just let you all know I do have my quarterly mini readings available. I have 5 spots available. $88. This is for all of you who are like, I really want a reading and maybe you want to just see what it's like to get a reading, or see what it's like to get a reading with me, or you're just like, I just need a quick read with Tyra. This is that reading for you. I'll go over 3 to 4 months of transits. You'll hear me talk a little bit today about Mercury retrograde, new moon in Leo. It all depends on when you get your reading. You know, if you order after that new moon, you know, you'll get the information afterwards with that new moon. But new moon in Leo, Mercury retrograde, um, and let's see here. Yeah. Whatever I see in your individual chart, because getting a reading specifically for you is key for being precise and understanding exactly what is going on. So, yeah, those are available. Information is in the description box. Okay. So you can see we're starting out July 29th. Woo! This is noise. Woo! You know, especially for people who have a lot going on with their personal astrology, it's nice to see things kind of settled in the sky because you could see July 29th, 30th, 31st, things are a little bit chill, at least for, having a lot of transits. We do have some stuff going on, okay? Say, for instance, Mercury is now in Virgo, which Mercury is very, very good in Virgo. How so never? Mercury's going retrograde very, very soon. You could see Mercury is going retrograde on August the 5th. So we are experiencing what is called the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. And so Mercury is starting to slow down, and we might begin to notice Mercury retrograde types of things happening. What is that? Like technology could go awry, communication could be off, it could be, there's a misunderstanding in, a conversation that you have, or maybe you thought you read something, but you didn't read it correctly. And now you're like, oh my gosh, I have to really, like read the fine print, check and triple check, that kind of thing. Um, it's just kind of like a time where it's actually designed for us to slow down because Mercury is such a fast planet. And so we're being asked to slow down and be mindful and intentional. And it's kind of like taking Mercury is right now showing you this is what you want to be looking at and reviewing and redoing, you know? Virgo, well, first of all, Mercury is going to retrograde in Virgo and Leo, which is why I think that this new moon in Leo is going to be pretty interesting because it's a new moon, but it's kind of like a new moon that's going to allow you to go back and maybe complete something, get something done. Um, but yeah, it's going to retrograde in two signs. So let's just talk about Mercury and Virgo because something that you could be seeing right now is Mercury is like, hey, what is it that you need to do about your health and wellness routines? Like, there are some things that you know you're supposed to do, or just overall routines. And, Virgo is about systems and being efficient and having, like, it's like step by step by step. First, you do A, then you do B, then you do C. Virgo energy is so good for kind of seeing that process and how, it could best flow and operate so that we can be productive and efficient. So it's like, where do you need more productivity, efficiency, a system of some sort? And you maybe had started it and then you got off. And Mercury is going to help you to slow down so that you can work on whatever, this is for you. Because it varies based on whatever's in your chart. And, Virgo again is about health and wellness. So maybe you're starting to kind of feel like, whoa, I'm a little bit off in terms of how I'm eating and exercising and sleeping. And maybe there's some food that's upsetting your digestive tract because that's Virgo. And it's kind of like, hey, I need to do something about it. So Mercury and Virgo, it's like a really good time to do some problem solving, and it's almost like you can reboot yourself with this Mercury retrograde. I really, really love this energy of Virgo for that. Now, something else is if you lost a job, it could come back to you because Virgo is about the workplace. Now, for some people, this Mercury retrograde might be a time where you're like, deuces, I'm out. I've been meaning to leave. I'm leaving now. But it's definitely something about when you show up to work, what's going on? You want to be working focused on workplace topics. What's undone? What's disorganized? What is, Virgo is this energy that wants to create neatness, and it wants to organize things. Maybe there's something chaotic, wants to bring, order and structure to the chaos and a system. And I will say, Virgo is also about problems, and it's about, how can you solve a problem? And maybe this is an opportunity because you just been on the go, 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 go. And now you're going to get to slow down and you get to look at, let me just stop and look at this problem and see how to solve it because that is Virgo. All right. So I really love that for us. I love that. I love that. So those are things that could be coming up. Even though we don't have a whole lot going on with transits right now, that is something that could potentially be coming up for some of us. And so you can see there's not any major transit specifically on the first, and we see Venus square Uranus on the second. Now, you'll feel this Venus square Uranus on the first, second, and third. Now, this transit can be a little bit challenging in the sense that it could create a little bit of chaos in relationships. And now Uranus will create something unexpected. And because of the way they are interacting with one another, it could feel stressful. It could feel frustrating. It could feel all of a sudden, and you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. But Uranus is a planet that has to do with breakthroughs. Now, Venus is relationships, and it could be You knew you were supposed to leave this relationship a while ago. You never left, and now it's time for you to go on ahead and be released from it because Uranus is gonna liberate you. It's this energy that has to be do with liberation. Or maybe it's just within your relationship, something happens and you're just like, I'm totally liberated from whatever that thing is. It could be something that has been present, it could be something from the past. I remember once it was something that I just was kind of like, oh, my husband hurt my feelings. And one day I just remember being liberated from it. And it was just like, that's just behind me now. It could be something like that. Venus is also about money and resources. So it could be that there is, some money that comes. Now, it could be money that you spend unexpectedly. It could be an unexpected opportunity to make money, but you really gotta, it's like you're gonna have to hustle for it. It'll feel a little bit stressful around that. Maybe you need a money breakthrough of some sort, and this transit can help you with that. And, the sun right now is in Leo. Happy birthday to all the Leos. I can't remember if I think I did wish the Leos happy birthday, but just in case, happy birthday to all the glorious, beautiful, amazing Leos, sun, moon, and ascendants out there. This is your time. I need y'all to go on ahead and roar. So Leo is all about this energy of confidence. And Venus is in the sign of Leo. So maybe it's this breakthrough around feeling confident or feeling your worth and feeling your value. And it's something that's going to give you that breakthrough, and it could bring a relationship to you, or it's like you need a money breakthrough that could bring um, or like an abundance mindset, something, a self-worth and value topic within you that could bring that money to you. All right. Um, Venus is also about it's a planet that has to do with self-care, especially with Uranus being in the sign that that Venus rules, Taurus. So it could be something around people just kind of realizing, shoot, I need a break. I need to take better care of myself. And that kind of combines with this Mercury retrograde energy. Um, it could be something around banking on, maybe it is something personal. And it also could be something on the, collective level where we're dealing with financial banking type issues just because Venus and Uranus interacting is has could have to do with banking and money topics, personal finance, that kind of thing. And then Mercury going retrograde is could potentially, contribute to that. Okay, so yeah, that's Venus it wants to give you something good. She wants to bless you, but it's gonna be a blessing through you actually having to like have some energy, take some action, maybe use that motivation of Leo and it's like motivate yourself, or maybe something's going to happen you haven't had motivation and it's going to activate you and give you some motivation. That's how you're going to be able to benefit. This is actually a really good transit, especially if you're feeling stuck in some kind of way. All right. Let me see here. We also have an impending square between Mars and Saturn. So if we look at the new moon chart, we have Jupiter at 15 degrees of Gemini, and we have Saturn at um, 18 degrees of Pisces. This is the one transit that, and we have Mars down here in Gemini. We have Neptune in Pisces. So, and we have Mercury over here in Virgo. So this entire combination is it creates this energy of the way I've just been describing it here lately is we don't know fact from fiction. We don't know fact from fiction right now, okay? So much talking, so much gossiping. We don't know fact from fiction. But I want you to begin to kind of look at maybe the mental chatter that you are having. You want to notice what's coming up as you listen to all that talk that happens in your mind because it's giving you clues as to something that you're going to be working on maybe for the next oh man, this is going to go into 2025, maybe into the spring. So this is very, very important because even during this Mercury retrograde, we're starting to get a little bit of a taste of what uh what this bigger transit is going to be bringing. And I really want to just kind of relate it to the mental chatter. Some of the mental chatter could be around relationships, interpersonal relationships, not just love, interpersonal relationships. Some of the mental chatter might even just kind of be around the things that are like hidden deep in your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is bringing them up. And it almost will feel like you're being haunted by your own mind. But I want you to look at it as an opportunity um, to resolve some things that are there in your psyche that perhaps are creating blocks that are tripping you up. Okay, it's like we have. It's almost like a fairy tale, not fairy, like Twilight. Fairy, this fairy type of energy, this etheric type of energy, even sort of like trance like energy, where it's like you're not fully awake, you're not fully asleep, and that's when it's kind of like our minds won't stop certain thoughts from coming through. It's like they're able to rise up and we're able to, like just look at them and do something about them. Maybe Mercury retrograde is going to help us to be able to do that, right? And, with Mercury going back into Leo, and some of this might help us to step into our confidence. Some of this might help us step into being able to use our gifts and talents more. Okay. So I want y'all to really be opening yourself up for what is spirit bringing to you? What is the great mother speaking to you about your life? Make no mistake about it. That transit also so much in here is this energy that is playing out in the collective because Jupiter is about society. Saturn is about society. Yes, we use these as personal planets, but they really speak to what we will see happening in society. And there's like this energy around what is happening in the local community versus maybe what's happening um, internationally. And it's also, it's also about the soul because Pisces is the soul. So it's kind of like we're there's something about the soul of society that we could be it's just bringing up topics like that. I'll say it that way. I'd like for y'all to understand. We have our personal astrology, but we also have the society that this astrology that we see playing out in society. And right now, we all know so much conversation. We don't know fact from fiction. Okay. So let's see here. So we need this break a little bit, people. We need this break a little bit. So yeah, I want to just talk a little bit about this new moon in Leo. This new moon is going to be again on August the 4th, and it involves Mercury retrograde because you can see here Mercury is retrograde. Now, at the moment of the full moon, Venus is actually at the 29th degree. So, again, that speaks to me something about something karmic is potentially coming up with this new moon because we have both Venus here at the 29th degree of Leo. We have Neptune at the 29th degree of Pisces. And the 29th degree is always karmic. It's also chaotic to a certain degree. And with all of this energy of retrograde, we have a few planets that are retrograde. Pluto is retrograde. Um, Saturn is retrograde. Neptune is retrograde. Mercury is very close to going retrograde. Basically, it's stationed. So which means it's not moving on this day. So it's all this energy of slowing down. That is a little bit of what this moon is asking us all to do. Now, I want you to remember this moon is going to last for a year because we're going to have the new moon this month in August, and then we're going to have a full moon in Leo in August 2025. These two moons are connected. And so there keeps being this theme around have a plan, slow, methodical, take it step by step. So I want us to not feel like we got to be runaway freight trains. This thing is like be in it for the long haul, be patient, step by step by step. And maybe what this new moon is going to help you to be able to do is to review the plan that you have and to see what needs to be updated. And it could be maybe you're going to return to your new moon your New Year's intentions. And this you want to go back and it's kind of like, yeah, set these plans up, but maybe you planned it, you wrote out what your intentions were, but you came up with no actionable steps, right? And so you want to come up with those actionable steps. This new moon will help you to do that. Now, Leo is also a moon around having fun. So, some of us, we probably need to set some intentions around having more fun, more joy, um, and really kind of like leaning into our gifts and our talents as we go about what we do. And it's all about shining. So many times we don't want the world to know what we're doing. We are conditioned that it's dangerous to stand out or um, you know, we just don't feel comfortable with it. Sometimes that's what I hear. A lot of times that's what I hear. I just don't feel comfortable with standing out. But Leo is always about standing out. And you can stand out in your own way. You can stand out in your own way, but it's like you have to be willing to shine at some point in your life. And that's what this new moon, this is a new moon that is always about celebrating. It doesn't matter, if it's the new moon, the full moon, or just the moon is in Leo at some point for a couple of days. It's always a moon that's about reminding yourself that you're special, that you are unique, that there is something that only you can bring to the world. And we want to lean into that. It's so much more fun when we're living life being authentically who we came here to be. And so I always give thanks for Leo for that. Now, this moon also is a moon that has to do with faith and hope. And so I just really want to encourage you all to and purpose. I want to encourage you all to connect to one of those, Maybe you've gotten off purpose and you want to get back on, or maybe you've lost faith. And this new moon is going to invite you to have faith again. Um, I also will say this moon is asking you to have, um, it's asking you to be futuristic, be thinking about your goals. Like, where are you headed? And Leo is a leader. So it's kind of like be a leader in your life. Be a leader, come up with that strategic plan for your life and go in that direction. And the other thing that I'll loop in here is sometimes motivation is more connected to commitment. You just have to stay committed because this energy of Saturn and even in this moon, there's the energy of Capricorn. There's this level of commitment working with this energy of Virgo. It's this level of commitment that you're being asked to have around your goals, your intentions, okay? And with being committed, be we can still have that fun. We can still enjoy ourselves. Sometimes when we're doing things that are a little bit monotonous and um yeah, methodical, mundane, we the way that we get through it is we turn on our music or we're listening to something that inspires us and motivates us. I really do think that this moon is kind of giving us like a way of being for at least the next 6 months, but it could go out to next year at this time too, the next new moon in Leo in 2025. It's like, how do you feel inspired? What's gonna inspire you to continue moving in the direction of your goals? Um, yeah. I think it's a beautiful moon. It definitely has. I think that it could bring back some good fortune or support, but it probably would be in a very karmic way. But it definitely has this energy, I think in 3 months' time. I think it's about 3 yeah, 3 to 6 months' time. I think that a blessing will come to you from this new moon. It might be in the form of something like I've been talking about. Something really inspires you and gets you over that hump, and you feel motivated, or it could be in the form of support, relationship, that kind of thing. And, another thing about this moon is I think this moon can bring some healing energy. Maybe, uh, because well, no, no, no. I'm looking at, the North Node. Hold on one second. Okay. I was trying to see where Chiron is, but I'm not gonna include Chiron. So, the North Node, excuse me. I wanna change what I said. 'Cause I was seeing this as Chiron. North node. So, the north node being included in this is definitely about it's a moon that can help to really, um, shore up the energy to keep you moving in the direction of manifesting something that you want to manifest, and it's something new that you're working on. It also is, I think, going to breed a lot of creativity 'cause um, Leo is creative energy, Aries is creative energy. So I just think that it can really imbue us with a lot of maybe mm, a lot of creative energy or just energy in general to keep moving in this new direction that we're headed in. So that makes me excited that it includes the North Node, and by default, it includes the South Node. And the South Node is over here, in Libra. And again, the South Node is this energy of detachment. And so I just wonder, what is this what is this moon gonna help us to detach from? It's kind of like detach in order to manifest something new. So, there I really do believe in this African tradition that I'm a part of. We talk about how a sacrifice is important. And I really do think that that is something that will be asked of people, the sacrifice, the sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to get what you want? And we have to be so detached that we're willing to let something go in order to create space to call something new in. And the thing that I want to offer to you that is being called in is you, more of your authentic self. So, yeah, this is gonna be, a really I think it'll be a good it's not this is, I think, a good moon. I think the moon is good. I'm happy with this moon, to be honest with you. It's kinda simple. The kicker is that it is caught up in all this mutable energy. Mercury is about to go retrograde. Oh, the other thing too that I was gonna say is because Mercury is going to retrograde back into Leo. Now it's not going all the way back to where the new moon is, but it is coming back into Leo. So that's why I kind of feel like this is a new moon that's working on something that is already in place. It may not birth a whole lot of new beginnings where it's just like a fresh new start. It's more of like a fresh new restart for a lot of people. Um, and so I just think that Mercury retrograde, the first of all, the new moon is probably going to give us some insights on some stuff, but the new moon is going to give us insights on like what does this moon mean? What do we need to be focused on? And then Mercury retrograding back into Leo. Let me see if I see it on here. That's going to be on the 14th. Is going to be is gonna be a time for us, to continue to kind of like game plan. You may not even feel like taking a lot of action with this new moon or after this new moon. It might just feel kind of like you're just planning or you're redoing something, you're revising stuff or whatever. And yeah, you'll feel more like taking action at that new moon in Virgo. So that's what I have for you all this week. Yeah, and don't forget, sign up, get a reading so that you can understand specifically, the retrograde, the new moon, the eclipses are coming. Those are 3 months out. Whatever I see in your chart that's really standing out that you need to know about for the next 3 months, I got you covered on the for the quarterly mini reading. Only 5 spots available. And yeah, I am so grateful to you all. Thank you so much for being here, for watching. I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful week. And yeah, I'll connect with you soon. Peace.